In 2011, y'all charged me with terrorism. 2011, you destroyed my evidence. You took my intellectual property. So I had to reshoot everything that you did. Yeah, Baltimore rewired the money behind mass incarceration. Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and Lake County, Illinois. We talking about jurisdiction, federal, state, local, the money behind mass incarceration. That's Dick Gregory and me. That's the supporters of Shorties. We are employing any and all appropriate officials in the state of Illinois to Maryland to assist Shorty in his justice in Illinois. These are the supporters of Shorties. All right. That's the Legislative Black Caucus. That's Mark Clark and the Big Fat Morning Show. All right. See the date? 2009. That's Dutch Rupersberger. That's Benji Cardens and Barbara Mikulski. And this is our Black Caucus. All right. The Black Caucus. That's Governor Westmore. We're talking about Lake County Sheriff's Department. Like I said, I was kidnapped by the state, and it's all right here about mass incarceration in your prison industry. That's February 2018. That's U.S. District Court Judge Bell, Judge Bennett. That's Judge Bennett. All right? And it's all right here. Governor Larry Hogan, Bobby Zirkin, Valario, and Marilyn Mosby had this. I was kidnapped by the state for making a documentary. I own Shorties. I own all parts of me, showing the money behind mass incarceration. And Facebook put it in a book. That's Facebook. That's Baltimore County Executive, 2019, Johnny Oleski, asking for the Department of Justice to investigate. That's 2019. Racism don't work without black cooperation. I gave C.D. Witherspoon a toilet. He said I work for the FBI. But now you look at the NAACP and they going through financial hardships. Like I said, racism don't work without black cooperation. That's Aisha Brave Boy, all right? And she running for county executive, or she is county executive. She knew all about this. She participated in this. Maryland's prison industry. This is a book called The Cover-Up Crew. The Women in the Movement. The Women in the Movement. That's the Karson Institute. That's Dr. Karson. That's Martin Luther King. And that's the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers for the Arts. That's the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers for the Arts. That's the FBI. And that's Mayor Brandon Scott. All right? 20 years, me and Brandon Scott. I'm a weaver in Baltimore, weaving the social fabric. This is 2004, 2024. This is 2 years ago. All right? The 90 days of session. I'm an artist, and I told y'all I was making a movie. That's Mayor Brandon Scott. That's Mayor Brandon Scott. See that? Can you read it? Whistleblower, 2006 to 2023. Baltimore City Police, the courts. All right? That's why you put me out the event last night, because I was going to talk about this. Well, you had a chance to come clean. So when Isabella Cumming comes through, I'm going to give her everything about you, because it's all right here. If you go to Miss Pena, Delegate Speaker Pena, she got that. Judge Badar and Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court got this. All right? It's all right here. We talking about the money behind mass incarceration. You got 12 more days of session. You feel me? 12 more days of session. That's the good kind of trouble. Like I said, that's the FBI. And that's Mayor Brandon Scott. And that's a weaver. Making a movie ain't against the law. Weaving the social fabric for social justice, for social change. And that's Dr. K. It's Passover. Moses parted the Red Sea. Shorty parted some rednecks. And that's Speaker Pena, January the 3rd, 2026. That's Julian Jones. Julian Jones, Pat Young, the Baltimore County Council participated in my illegal incarceration. Yeah. You see that Kamenetz asked, no, not Kamenetz, Johnny Oleski asked for an investigation. Julian Jones blocked that investigation. Pat Young is part of that. You feel me? So we talking about the money behind mass incarceration in Baltimore County, the Democratic Party. Michelle Alexander wrote the book. I made the movie. Michelle Alexander told you about him. That's Julian Jones. Julian Jones, George White, that party that y'all created is this, the new face of old Jim Crow. Because you ain't making Baltimore County safe. You just putting more blacks in jail. So that's the State of the State address the state of the city address, the state of the county address. That's the state of America. And that's Governor Westmore. You got my intellectual property. Governor Westmore, Attorney General Anthony Brown, State's Attorney Ivan Bates, Police Commissioner Worley, Ben Cardin, Mayor Brandon Scott, President Biden, Justice of the Supreme Court. Yeah, Eric Barron. It's right there. I'm a political prisoner because of my politics in the war on drugs. So, Mayor Brandon Scott, shorty, pull your mask up? No, we unmask in Baltimore. Remember the Stop Snitching video? I think you better start snitching. It's hard to raise your kids when you locked up. Yeah. See the big picture? Making a movie ain't against the law, and you the star of the show. You put me out your event, but you can't stop the movie. The money behind mass incarceration. The Maryland Volunteer Lawyers for the Arts. That's a prop for the movie. The toilet. That's Sheila Dixon. The House of Delegate Wilkins. All right? The House of Delegates. That's who's participated in this. Racism don't work without black cooperation. The money behind mass incarceration.